Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard product number 100 VA. This is a door sweep. This is a very typical and common door sweep because of its design. It's common and typical because it's low cost. It's reasonably effective at what it does. It does have a feature that you'll find in other door sweeps as well, with this flap that rides up the back. That's not a feature common to all, standard caliber door sweeps. But to the better of those that are standard caliber door sweeps, you'll see a flap that's back here. And I think it's because the aluminum extrusion is relatively thin. And you could probably get some imperceptible bowing on the sweep between the screw mounting points as a result of that being relatively thin. So being able to capture some moisture that might slide in behind the sweep with this flap here is, I think, probably required by the very design of the item as well. So this is a 100 sweep. It is V for vinyl. That's what the insert is. And then it is A for clear anodized aluminum finish. If you drop the A in the part number, you'd have just a 100V. Same sweep, except it'd be a mill finish. You would not have that clear anodized finish over it. This would be a door sweep that I would consider using only if cost was the driving factor. The 100V is 1 3/8 overall height. The aluminum portion, the holder is 7/8, and the vinyl is 1/2 inch. Okay. This is going to be available in different finishes, which we'll go over. But why would I consider this the sweep to use only, and it's a clear anodized as well, only when cost was the most important factor? Well, vinyl is rather poor when it comes to long-term performance, high performance. It will degrade with exposure to ultraviolet sunlight. It's not going to do really well in extreme temperatures either. So you'd put it on if you're just obligated to put door sweeps on, in my opinion. I would be, if it was for me, I'd be using a higher quality insert, a neoprene, possibly a silicone, or even a polyurethane. National Guard can help you with those upgraded options. This is happens to be a 24-inch piece. That's what the client ordered. They must obviously have a single, quite narrow door. Screws are included. This is available in lots of lengths. We could probably ship this up to 16.5 foot or something like that. But the longer you go, the more expensive it gets to ship. Once upon a time, it was longer than 8 foot, and now that's changed, and now everything, I believe, longer than 3 foot has a upcharge. So be mindful. If you are doing a project where you are doing several doors and it makes linear sense to have 8 foot lengths, I'd probably roll that back and look at much shorter lengths, ordering the sizes that you need, or at least maybe ordering 4 foot sizes anyway. Let's switch to the screen view now and take a closer look at the supporting documentation. This is the item that we are looking at. Cross-section image coming out of the factory's catalog. Door sweep. Aluminum in a clear anodized finish. Includes 6 by 3/4 inch stainless steel sheet metal screws. Don't know if those are stainless. My magnet tells me they're not. That's to be sure. That is to be sure. Screw holes slotted for adjustment. We'll talk more about that in a moment. UL 10C and 10B classified for doors up to 3 hours. Smoke and draft control. Air infiltration tested. A link to the installation instructions can be seen here, and they're pretty generic. Measure, cut, close the door, cut to length, close the door, hold sweep at bottom of door, tap down until contact is made between the sweep and threshold. Mark your screw holes, drill a 7/64 pilot hole, and then install. Adjust the position of the sweep so that it does not impede proper closing and latching of door. Yeah, you need to be able to ensure that the door is still latching. The world of door sweeps and doors, the question, really becomes, if you have an outswing door, and you're doing this sort of sweep scenario and the door swings out, well, that's pretty easy to make contact. The issue is if your door swings in and you're really dragging this over the entire threshold, because, obviously, commonly, you're going to have an in-swing door You're going to put your door sweep on the outside because that's where you want your line of defense, and then you're dragging that across the top of the threshold. A solution that National Guard has would be what's called an automatic door bottom. And when the door closes, it drops down and seals that. As soon as you start to open the door, that drop bar will retract up back into the housing. So if you have a situation where it's not ideal to have your sweep on the inside because your line of defense needs to be out here, consider an automatic door bottom, which I'll show you in the catalog in a moment. Then there's a link to the product catalog for the door sweeps alone, and we're on the page where there are just vinyl sweeps. So your 100 is going to be here, along with its sister products. 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, triple fin, thicker items, and those that incorporate a drip cap, which are really nice because it helps very successfully drive water away from the face of the door. That drip cap gets material pushed off very effectively. Okay, if it's an exterior door, I would have a drip cap, absolutely. Be no doubt about that. Now the thicker material, it's going to be considered more robust. The issue is it's still vinyl. It's still going to be susceptible to degradation with exposure to daylight. Our 100V and others here are available in a mill finish, the clear anodized aluminum, a gold or a brass type finish, and then a dark bronze finish. Be mindful that the vinyl is brown when you go to dark bronze on the extrusion or the holder. Now, below the video here is a link to the manufacturer's page, and when we click on that, we're going to be able to pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And let's fire that up. And we will get to the page where we can take a look at the greater surrounding area of our 100 VA. You can scroll up, you can scroll down. You're in the area of seals for the bottom of doors. And let's take a look at that automatic door concept that I had mentioned earlier. Automatic door bottoms are in the National Guard catalog, and there are different types. This video is not on automatic door bottoms, but to just simply show you, surface-mounted models are here, standard and heavy duty of that type, mortised style, those intended for use on hollow metal doors, heavy duty type that you install into the bottom of a wood door. And the concept is when the door closes, there is a compressed spring that will force this to drop. Very elegant solution, especially when you have this sort of scenario. Let's say very commonly on the inside of a house, what's this? That's your rug. Okay, so that door opens and that sweep just drags across everything. An automatic door bottom, that snaps back up and you clear that rug easily. Really great solution for that. Or when you have a change in flooring, if you've got a house built in the 60s or 70s, you could have a large undercut from the bottom of the door to the floor because there was heavy padding and shag carpeting. Well, all that's been ripped out and you've put down nice, solid oak flooring. Well, now you have a very large gap under the door. So an automatic door bottom can help with that as well. Okay, comprehensive catalog when it comes to all things weather seal related, and the name National Guard is quite synonymous with the entire product category. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Now, in conclusion, if you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know. This client ordered 24-inch. I can't imagine where they might use an actual 24-inch length. They're probably planning on trimming it. But the fact of the matter is the factory cuts this material out of rolls that are hundreds of feet long and 16.5-foot extrusions, most likely. So figure out what size you need and let us cut it for you. You'll get a good, clean preparation from the factory on the edge. You'll get slotted holes at the proper distance from the edge as well. And you do want that slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge. It's hard to drill a slotted hole naturally because you want to be able to tailor that on your floor or your sill, however that's going to work. When you order a custom length, they'll cut it to the proper length, give you that slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center as well, working down. As I had said earlier, National Guard is a comprehensive provider of weather stripping options. I don't know for how many decades they have been in business, but it is certainly decades. If I was going to guess, I'd say the mid-20th century. I've been aware of their name since 1990, and I got the impression they had been around forever and a day at that time. So if you're in the construction industry, the name will probably be quite familiar to you. Good quality product, good quality people. Responsive, genuinely take ownership in the process of supplying weather stripping to distributors and users through distribution, etc. If you have any questions on the National Guard 100 VA door sweep or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.